Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the update we've all been waiting for, or at least me. But the Chambers of Xeric quality of life changes 2023 have finally hit. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go for the changelog since the changelog just gives us the best summary of the update itself. There's some other stuff too that I'll quickly run through, but let's just jump right into it, okay? So let's go over the general changes. As I'm going through the changes, I might show some footage just in case they might need a visual. Alright, so, general. There's now a reload button on the lobby staircase. So if you're not a fan of the layout, you can just reset it over and over again. Now, for anyone that is on Moonlight, if you rely on the Chambers of Xeric plugin to see the scout layout, as of right now, when you reset the raid, you have to turn the plugin on and off to see the new raid. I'm assuming that the Moonlight devs will probably update this, but for the time being, just keep that in mind. There's also a new scaling option on the board. So by default, it's set to 0, but you can scale it up to an additional 99 players free of charge, which is, I think it's great for anyone that wants to just give themselves the challenge or maybe do like a 10-man, 100-man scaled raid. So like 10 people scaled up to 100 for fun. So that's pretty cool. There's also a bunch of energy pools placed throughout the raid. I think it's like during scavs you'll end up seeing them, not in the combat rooms themselves, which is still good. There's a lot of unnoted consumable items that will show up on the ground, including barbarian mixes. I tested it with a stamina mix, and apparently that still showed up on the ground. Some items won't show up, so the main thing is just like potions and food. Those are going to be the things that your team can see when you drop. And then, of course, this is for masses. The growth times of Buchu, Gopler, and Nux for plants have increased. And I guess for any raids that you want to, prep with the team, but this is also pretty huge for masses as well, because a lot of downtime is waiting for crops to grow. Alright, now scavengers. So now they always drop all 3 secondaries, and the ranges go from 3 to 11 Stinkhorn, 3 to 6 Sisley, and 5 to 14 in Dark and Juice, which is great. I love it. And then they also adjusted the shortcuts as well. The planks are also stackable too. So basically the changes that they said they were going to do, they just integrated that. Okay, now Tekton. So the first Dragon Warhammer special attack against Tekton is guaranteed to hit. So even if you cast something like Vulnerability, it seems that you would still be able to hit with your Dragon Warhammer. There might be some cases though where you missed if, let's say, you do some BGS specs and then you hammer, you might miss there, but that might require a bit more testing. And the other nice thing too is his defense does not reset when it hits the anvil, which is fantastic for solos. Oh my god, that is the cream of the crop change. Now we'll go on the crabs. So you no longer splash as long as you're higher than 64. So the people that do 46-second crabs or 45-second crabs do not get affected. Great. And now you could just attack all the crabs instantly, kind of treat it like Zabak pots. So that is also really nice. Alright, Ice Demon. So, of course, Kindling is now stackable. Hooray. Lighting Braziers and Burning Kindling now provides more points. I guess that's also nice. It also drops secondaries, and from the looks of it, when you pot bigger teams, it drops more secondaries. But these are secondaries that everyone sees, and then just one person would pick them up. I guess it'd potentially be good for masses, but other than that, I probably wouldn't really worry about it. And then they also reduced Ice Demon's magic defense from 60 to 40. So people are going to splash a lot less. Hooray. Okay, Vanguards. So they standardized the drops now. Overload drop mechanics are not changed at all. Melee Vanguard drops 2 brews and an Elder Pot. Range Vanguard drops 1 brew, 2 revives, a Twisted. And then Magic Vanguard drops a Xeric Aid, an Enhance, and a Kodai Potion. So this change is mostly going to be good for solos, because now you will always have your 2 revives. So, hooray. Wait, did it mention the thing about being able to see all the potions when you kill stuff? Or is that mentioned later? Because that also was a change that they did, where no matter what, if you kill an NPC, everyone sees all the drops. I tested it out at Vanguards, so that means you no longer have to, let's say you're prep and you're getting ready to leave Muttadile just so you can insta-start, but you end up getting big Mutt kill. That is no longer a problem because everyone can see the drops, even when you get the kill, so that is also pretty nice. Unless you're potting a mass, then it's whoever has PID can pick up all the potions. So that's the only downside, but otherwise, good change. Alright, so let's briefly go over thieving. So I'm going to post up the chart here, but the success rate has gone up by quite a bit based on your thieving level. And on top of that, as long as the chest isn't poison or bats, you're guaranteed to get grubs too. And I believe this does scale with your thieving level. So if you're at 95, I believe you're going to get a minimum of 2 grubs. So this room is going to be so much faster now, and I love it. I think it's a fantastic change to make this room much faster. Also, you get secondaries when the room is done. It just drops on the floor. So there's that. Now we got Vespula. So Vespula's Lux Grub's HP goes from 100 to 125, meaning that you have a bit more time before they spawn. So if your DPS is bad, you have a better chance to kill the portal before they spawn. And also the Blossoms heal more, so if whatever reason it pokes and you want to heal it, you don't need as many Blossoms. So that is also good. Okay, so the range and melee strength of Vespula and Vespine soldiers has been reduced as well. The Abyssal Portal healing of Vespine soldiers has been reduced in case it spawns. And Vespula also drops a guaranteed overload, meaning that's one less overload that you need to prepare. Or if you're doing like a BSV scout, again, you just have access to more scouts because now you have access to more raids that give you overloads. So that is a big plus. Now, Vasa and Asterio, from what I've noticed regarding the range defense nerf, they reduced the range defense by 20 for his armor stat. So that's still good. Now Vasa, you'll notice when you're fighting Vasa, now it has like this arrow with a number. So it charges up the heal, and if you don't kill the crystal in time, then whatever you saw regarding like all those arrows, like that total amount that you saw, will heal Vasa. So if you were to kill a crystal and it had like a potential heal of 60, that also resets too. So that is really good when your DPS is just not too good, whether it be on the crystal or on the boss itself. So you're not going to be DPS gated as much, and it's just going to be all around a better room to do in solos, whether it be CM or normal solos. So that is great. That is so good. And of course we have the guaranteed overload drop. Okay, Mystics, there's now a bunch of portals, so when you're done with the room, you have like portals that kind of travel around the room, so I guess that's good. That is after all of the Mystics have been defeated, so I guess if for whatever reason you're just in the back, that's just going to be easier to get around, or if for whatever reason you die, then it should be easier to get to your teammates when you go in for that room. Okay, now Muttadile. They adjusted the damage formula for the meat tree. I believe they made it more consistent. Both Muttadiles will attempt to heal at the tree when the HP is below 50% now. And you can also kill the Muttadiles without killing the meat tree now. So I'm seeing freeze meta. It's going to be freeze meta now. So you're going to probably have one person on Barrage and one person on CTS. Maybe you'll have that person that tries to risk it in Barrage, Big Mutt. But I'm pretty sure the play is just going to be, you know, freezing Mutt using a ZGS, or Mom with ZGS, Small Mutt with Barrage. And also for CMs, this just means that since you're not chopping the tree, you're going to be taking a lot less damage because you can just sit by the wall and not get hit by Mama Mutt at all. You're just going to have to worry about Small Mutt. So it's just going to be, it's just overall a better room in teams. And I guess it's going to be a better room in solos too. They also reduced the max hit of both Muttadiles as well, so it's not going to do as much damage. Yes! Thank God! Okay, so the last one, I'm going to try to explain how Hootie explained it. So, Big Muttadile will only swap between magic and range attacks after using the same style 3 times. So it needs to do 3 attacks before it even has the choice to swap between those styles. So it doesn't mean it's going to do 3 attacks and then swap. It's going to do 3 attacks and then there's a chance to swap. But if it does swap, it's going to do a minimum of 3 attacks. Melee counts, or melee attacks do not count. And then, of course, for Ulm, the Ulm portal swap spawns a portal within 10 tiles. So that means, assuming you're running, you have about 5 ticks to get to it, which is good. And the healing pull attack during head phase has a cooldown as well, so it can't do back-to-back heals, which is great. That is so frustrating. So having a cooldown of 10 attacks is really generous, in my opinion. It is very generous to have that cooldown. So I'm not complaining. I think that's great. Now, of course, there's some other changes too regarding leagues. But yeah, that's basically it. Those are the main changes that I wanted to go through in this blog. I am so happy that they pulled through with pretty much all the changes that they said in the blog. And they also did more than one thing for Vasa, for Tekton. So yeah, Chambers of Xeric, I feel like it's just going to be a lot more popular now. So yeah, can't wait to try out these changes. I will be streaming this later today on my Twitch channel, so if you want to see me doing some CM speeds with the changes, feel free to tune in. But till then, farewell guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts on all the changes. Do you like them? Do you hate them? I think they are just wonderful changes all around. And yeah, go get some T-bows, boys. And I'll see y'all on the field of the Chambers of Xeric. Farewell.